Case File 047, filed by the Cedarbrook Apartments Management Office, cross-referenced with St. Agnes Hospital admission records. Status: unresolved, reclassified as monitor only, as of last month. Marisol Reyes lived alone in Unit 6C for 11 years. Her neighbor in 5C, a man named Daniel Ortiz, is the one who filed the original noise complaint. Not against her, but for her. He says the footsteps overhead had a rhythm he'd know anywhere. Heel first, then a slight drag on the left foot. She'd had a hip replacement in her 20s. He'd lived under that sound for over a decade. On the 14th of the month, paramedics were called to 6C after Reyes failed to respond to calls from her sister. She was found unresponsive and transported to St. Agnes, where she was placed in the ICU. The apartment was locked and sealed by building management the same afternoon. The footsteps started again that night. Ortiz's first complaint is time-stamped 11:52 p.m. Heel, drag, the same path she always walked, kitchen to hallway to the window that faced the parking lot. He assumed someone had entered the unit. Management confirmed the lock had not been touched. The building super, name redacted per request, went up to check. His statement is attached as Exhibit B. He says he stood outside the door for almost 4 minutes before he could make himself knock. Nobody answered. He used his master key. The apartment was empty. He said the air was warmer than the hallway, like someone had just been standing in it. The footsteps continued every night for 6 days. On the 7th day, Marisol Reyes was pronounced dead at St. Agnes Hospital. Time of death, 3:14 a.m. Ortiz says that was the last night he heard anything. This case remains open only because of one detail nobody in the building will explain on record. The super's key wouldn't turn on the 6th night. Not jammed, turned freely, caught on nothing, just wouldn't unlock the door. On the 7th night after she died, it worked fine. I've had that master key 11 years, same as her. Never had a problem with it. Every door in that building I could open in the dark. That night, the 6th night, I put it in the lock and it just turned in place. Not stuck, not resisting, like the lock had nothing on the other side to catch. I want to be clear, I'm not a superstitious man. I checked the mechanism the next morning. Nothing wrong with it. It's worked every day since. I don't have an explanation, and I'd rather not think about it. Ortiz's account and the super's statement were taken independently, 3 days apart, before either man knew what the other had said. Management notes this in the file as, quote, consistent and unprompted. There's one more piece of this file. On the 7th night, the night Reyes died, Ortiz's apartment had a baby monitor left on in the nursery. His daughter was 8 months old. The monitor's receiver was in his bedroom, on the wall shared with 6C. At 3:14 a.m., the recorded time of death, the monitor picked up something. Ortiz didn't hear it live. He was asleep. But the monitor had a memory record function, and 3 days later, scrolling back through it for an unrelated reason, he found the clip. It's 11 seconds long, mostly static, but underneath the static, very faint, there's a sound consistent with footsteps, heel, then a drag, crossing what would be the floor of 6C, directly above the nursery. And at the very end of the clip, just before it cuts off, there's a sound the transcript describes only as exhale, close proximity to receiver, unidentified. Ortiz submitted the audio to management. It's logged as Exhibit C. It has not been made public. Unit 6C has been vacant since. Cedarbrook's management relisted it twice. Both times, the prospective tenants withdrew after their walkthrough. Neither gave a reason on record. The unit is currently held off-market, officially for renovations. No renovation has been scheduled. Daniel Ortiz and his family moved out 4 months later. His forwarding address is not in this file. The super still works at Cedarbrook. When asked if he'd go back into 6C, his response is logged as a single line, only with someone else's key.